What's up, guys? Today in this video we have Jade Darmawangsa here with me. She is a 16-year-old who has gotten multiple seven-figure e-commerce brand as a client, and also in this video we're going to be going over how she got those brands, and then also some Instagram hacks that she knows that she uses for these bigger brands, and then also some at the end some YouTube hacks. So make sure you guys stick through all the way through so you can get all these little tips. It's really going to help you whether you are building a social media marketing agency, trying to grow your Instagram, or trying to grow your personal brand. There's a ton of value for this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Also, so you guys know, she has a YouTube channel with about like 7,000, 8,000 subscribers. I'm going to put a link to that down in the description. But Jade, give us a quick intro.
What's up, guys? I'm Jade. I'm 16 years old. I'm based in Portland, Oregon. My main marketing strategy and skill is actually creating attention. But the number one thing e-commerce brands face is actually getting awareness to the highest level, but converting to the highest return on investment. So I'm really specialized on getting brand awareness, but like the next level. I love SEO. I'm really huge on keywords and organic search. So the e-commerce brands I work with are activewear and lifestyle, and I also have a personal brand where I coach people how to grow their online business as well.
All right, awesome. So how do you actually go ahead and how have you gotten most of the clients that you work with right now, the big brands that you work with? And do you happen to are there any brands that you work with that somebody would maybe like know the names of?
Okay, I think you guys might know one of the largest clients is actually Karcher USA. They're global, and they actually develop machine learning. So it's actually like machinery. It's very broad than e-commerce, but that's probably more familiar for maybe people in the UK. They're, I think, in the multi-million, but those are one of the bigger clients. Honestly, most of the e-commerce clients are Trigger.com. They're also doing really well in sales this year. And then another like women's wear is Handful.com. And I think another one is also PDW Bikes. We could go on, but most of them are Portland, Northwest based. And those are the names.
Okay, got you. So how have you actually gone ahead, and since you said they're most important based, how have you gotten most of these clients that you're working with right now, and how many are you actually working with?
Got it. I used to intern at a huge like kind of marketing agency. I did just, content creation, right? Everyone starts somewhere. My family actually is really IT heavy and software developers. So what I did really was I incorporated the agency I used to intern with, just doing video. And the one thing is they have great views. They're like, Jade, our videos are fine, but there's no attention. So I just had to think about how I could help them because they couldn't even pay me for my service. So I really, my dad has been working really hard on just helping people with their website design and software for e-commerce brands. So one of them, we did just literally $300. We got paid. Me and my dad worked together really closely in regards to our agency. He does all the back end, and one of our best ways was actually to do really low, cheap work and use that as a huge testimonial. So we brought it to the next brand in Portland because we're all very close spaced. And that's how we got momentum. And then LinkedIn, I can go into LinkedIn referrals, but that's even bigger, how we get one of the bigger names. And that's basically how we got started.
Okay, got you. So I know a couple of people that have done a lot on LinkedIn before to get a client. So is there a quick outline you could maybe do that, like what exactly process you go through to get a client off of LinkedIn?
So I think LinkedIn is a really interesting space. People are like, ew, LinkedIn. I think it's very handy. We use just LinkedIn Messenger. So the first time we contact the lead, usually you want some sort of relationship. So if you're going to contact the CEO, make sure you have at least a second or third connection. If you guys know what I'm talking about, there's a little bubble. You have to have some sort of relevance. So if you can talk to either the CFO, the CMO, maybe their intern, at least have a connection to the CEO or whoever you're trying to target, so it's not a cold lead. Okay, that's the key. That's why I like LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you don't look like a cold lead. And when I first message them, it's always about value. But people are always like rolling their eyes about value. What it looks like for me, especially in e-commerce, is I just tell them like, what is your ideal client and how can I help you? You don't want to say like, can I do an audit? I think that's so, especially when you're working with like higher level brands, they don't need that. They really have a problem with obviously scaling their business. So you usually want to ask them to connect first, wait a week, then target them and ask them, hey, what's your ideal client? And then I get the meeting usually by 2 to 3 weeks of implementing a conversation. So my family also closes the sales. So it's all teamwork and there's a lot of leads. Like we go through like 500 leads at a time.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so how do you actually how do you actually end up scoring a meeting, and like what exactly do you say to usually get that?
Okay, small end projects first. I don't think social media marketers are selling them the Facebook ad management. Like at least local brands, I think you're good. I don't know if this is for video for everyone. When you go to e-commerce brands, they don't give a shit about how to place a Facebook ad. They're kind of happy with their traditional marketing. One of the ways to warm up the lead, again, warming up is crucial, is actually doing more of their backend software and IT. So we have a Shopify product or app that basically automizes everything. It's very, very, there's a little bit of machine learning, and that's the one thing that sells them, not the marketing. They don't really think that you can bring them value unless they need help. So I would say sell a smaller project and then, upsell the next one. So build a trust by selling small, even in website development, if you're not really in IT, help them out with a smaller project.
Okay, got you. That's smart. I've known some people to just give you guys a quick tip after thinking about that. I know some people that have done for like more smaller local businesses type of things, done like Google SEO for their Google Maps listing, because that's just kind of like a smaller service that you can do for them to maybe like it's a local chiropractor, get their thing ranked up to the top 3. So when people search like chiropractor in the city name, that they pop up in the top 3. Because honestly, that's what I personally do whenever I'm looking for a specific service. Right. So that's one of the best ways you can go about doing that. But with that said, what are some of the main problems that you've seen with, like, what's the biggest problem that you see with a lot of these brands, these bigger e-commerce brands? Like, what do you do for them?
So most of them is actually it's really interesting. There's like either 3 or 2. One of them, which sounds crazy, is like, oh, we don't need help on marketing. Like there's too many customers. Like imagine like how nice of a problem is that? So only one of them has a problem with just like too much customers, too much marketing. So that problem is solved through automation, and that's where we sell them the software. It's called Wyberge LLC. And then we now have the more usual brands. There's actually a huge roadblock from 2 million to like 5 million plus. To scale it is very, very hard, just because it's not like you hit a certain point and the momentum is slowing down, like the J curve, right? There's a little dip. The dip is really hard to fix. Usually, right now, it's the biggest problem is they weren't doing enough sales or coupon because they're more like upscale brands. So, upscale brands refuse to like discount their products, but that kind of sometimes damages the relationship with the customer, especially when the quality, one of our products is too good that no one will have a loyalty program. The way we fix that is actually through like heavily like integrating like tracking on email marketing. So we track the behavior. We're very, very data driven. It's more of a technology company, I would say, than social media marketing. But what I come in is really more strategy, getting the millennial and affiliate marketing done, because they have no concept of that as strong.
Okay, got you. So with that said, I just wanted to like get to know what are some of the other things that you do besides the marketing and I guess automation for some of the larger e-commerce brands. Like what else? What are your other projects do you work on?
Okay. Well, on my YouTube channel, I actually really help focus on personal branding, right? Everyone's talking about that. But my thing is there's so many artists that can't market for shit. So I help them and coach them one-on-one. And that's been super fun. In January, I coach a few music artists, right, producers, and one's in New York, one's in LA, and I'm flying there actually next week for a meeting. So, they're actually very like small SoundCloud artists, but when you have talent, awareness can come with a manager. I wouldn't consider myself a manager, but they definitely need something. So I help them push their content out. In regards to the business, the marketing agency, and then personal branding, on the side, I'm working on Alexa, but that has been super hard just because the market, it has to be warmed up for it. And it's super interesting to develop an application on a voice platform because it's very different from anything else.
Yeah. So how have you actually gotten like your artists that you work with for personal branding?
They're all outbound leads. YouTube, I create content around the fact of social media growth, and it's very, very interesting how even if you don't understand how to get a customer, when you put out the really niche-based content, they come to you. I haven't done any like email I haven't done any here's my free ebook shit. Like I just give out all my best content for free, and people come to me for expertise and advice.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed the same thing. You can do that thing on. That's actually one way you can. I mean, you can't really get really big brands that way because most of the time they're not willing to, for example, watch a video ad on how to.
Oh, that's so true. That's why you can post your content on LinkedIn or podcast. That's why I podcast, and because CEOs don't have time, so that's why you wouldn't want to be on YouTube for big artists and managers or anywhere you're going. Podcast might be a good content form, or even just like a LinkedIn group. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, Besides that, what are some of the major things that you go over on your YouTube channel? Like what are the main ways you help people out?
I think the number one thing is everyone wants Instagram followers. My message or main thing is how to actually get a targeted audience. Everyone doesn't understand how to, like, a lot of people don't understand the demographic at all. They're like, who is my audience? I don't know. Like, that's what I really try to break down, how to grow an organic audience with a budget. But I think my main thing on my channel is I do everything in regards to what's new on social media, whether it's musically or Vine 2. Like I'm very, very I actually have a show called Ask Jade and I just call people in. It's one of my fun things to do just to help people out in regards to personal branding on a budget.
Okay, got you. So, what would you say, like right now, what is the biggest way, or I guess the fastest way that you think right now to grow on Instagram then?
So that's interesting. For me, everyone's gonna be like, post an ad. I don't know. I honestly think yes, if you have a budget. So my content's very, very like, anyone can be part of the low budget. You can scale it. So I think Instagram has no search engine. I really believe in keywords and having people search for you. I think everyone's tired of searching for people, unfollowing and following, buying bots. Like that's fine at a certain level. But the moment you want to sell to a customer, you need people to search for you because I think what people are doing is I had a survey. I did a little market research and I asked people like, do you click on Instagram ads? So like, no, they have no relevance to me and they're annoying. So my thing is whenever I do create an ad, it has to be very, very, very funnel based and it has a lot of retargeting and there's a lot of multi-staging across multiple platforms. To answer your question, Billy, I think my main thing is having people search for you either on YouTube, Google, and more recently like SoundCloud and like other SEO places. I think you need to double down on if you are a personal brand, have people search for you in addition to ads. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so what do you mean by have people search for you? Are you meaning like by name or what exactly do you mean by that?
I think people put out content what they feel like people need. They don't listen to their audience. That's why I have a hashtag Ask Jade show because I have to create content that people give a shit about. No one gives a shit. I did YouTube for like 6 years. No one listened to me at all. So I do is I go on googletrends.com or TubeBuddy like keyword ranking and I literally search what's the like graph on how often that the keyword is searched. If that keyword is popular and for example Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's hot, you put that in your video. That's your next one. So a lot of the things I do in strategy is very, very on time based. I never have like a content calendar where like I have to pre-film 2 months from now because it's not going to be relevant then. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. I always film on the spot.
Exactly. So you're kind of saying YouTube is a lot more powerful than Instagram for the most part, as far as growing a personal brand.
It depends if you're good on camera, but I think I love YouTube for the search engine, definitely.
Okay, got you. So I kind of want to move over, and we're gonna make this video a little bit here and there, but it's okay. This will probably be the last thing that we go over. But what are some of like the biggest growth tips for somebody that wants to grow a personal brand on YouTube? Like, what's the actual process you go through? You were kind of talking about it a little bit on posting stuff that's trending topics, but what's like the step-by-step process that you normally go through?
I think people are too focused on viewers and subscribers. If you actually care about the YouTube algorithm, which you should use it to your fullest advantage, it's more about watch time. If you're not charismatic on camera or you don't know how to edit, like, find someone who can help you. Like, I feel like if you're not good, if you always focus on the views and not the watch time, you don't track in YouTube analytics. Like, I'm not sure how familiar you are with like sleep. I literally sleep with my analytics on. My biggest tip, my first one is go on traffic sources. Find where your leads are coming from or your audience. Is it from organic? Is it from suggest? Is YouTube boosting your posts? If they are, make sure you double down on more suggested posts. Or is your YouTube viewers coming from your Instagram? And then double down on Instagram. I think people need to understand where their traffic's coming instead of posting a random video and seeing how it goes. My second thing is I think watch time over views. So try to prolong a good length. I don't know what that means for you guys, but I think watch time is crucial with the demonetization, of course. And the third thing is translation. I know that's crazy, like it's like nonchalant, but have people translate go on YouTube Analytics, see your top 5 countries, get it all translated. You will be so much higher ranked in different countries. So that's what I have to say. And only 40% of users are from America in my demographic. So there's way more people in other countries. So I really double down on like translation right now.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So you like ask somebody else to do translations for your videos, or what has that work?
There's a service on YouTube. There's a service you pay like 20, $50, or you can have your viewers translate from you. Like some people from Spain translate my videos just because they're fans. So yeah,
Oh, that's kind of funny.
yeah.
Okay, so I was kind of wondering, does it? What are some of your strategies to like actually get like a higher watch time?
Okay, this sounds very, rah rah and stuff. I think it's honestly like, can you keep, like, I think you know if you're not good on camera or not. Like, you just know if you can't. If an audience, go on your YouTube analytics, see if it's 2 minutes or less. Like that means you probably need to step up the game. I do this thing where I used to like acting, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. So I have like this thing where I do a very, very like story plotted. I have the first thing I say to my audience is stay to the end to be part of my comment winner. I give a very specific call to action or else no one gives a shit. So that's one of the biggest results in boost and watch time. I'm almost like 1,000,000 minutes in watch time, or I think something along the lines of boosting that just through saying, please stay to the end because blank. And that really helps. But don't make it very salesy. Like don't say like buy my ebook. I don't know. Like make it very like value giving, and that's my biggest tip. So having some sort of community aspect and saying it in the beginning helps.
Okay, cool. That's something that happened. What's actually like? What would you say is a good watch time from what you like overall watch time?
Strive for 60% of the video. My video that performed like I think 200,000 views. The only reason why I check my traffic sources is because it's performing 93% watch time, and that means YouTube boosted. So I would say strive for above 60. Most of you guys, honestly, I was working with my students. It's like 20 to 10%. So don't be hard on yourself. That's most of my videos too. But if you have one video that can do 90%, that should help you grow your channel.
So what would be? So what's more important, the percentage or the actual like minutes?
Oh, I mean, with time can tell. So with minutes, it's only YouTube's ability to keep suggesting your video. So maybe they suggest it for a month, next, and then I think you need to focus on, for the beginning, focus on your minutes to get your first 4,000 hours. That's what YouTube requires. Then require percentage because by the time you're probably scaling.
Okay, got you. So like would what would be like a good amount of like average minutes per video or average percentage? You said 60, but
You post a 15-minute video. A good number to strive for is above 6. That's all. Like, I would say if you want to go viral, go into like 12 minutes. Like you notice a lot of story time videos that are dramatic, that are like super long, that 42 minutes go to millions of views. It's just YouTube's wanting people to stay on their platform longer.
Mhm.
So watch time is everything.
Okay, got you. Well, thank you very much, Jay. Hopefully this can help some other people out just besides myself. I'm pretty sure it will. And that's why I wanted to get you on here. So really thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. And I think it's going to help a lot of people out there. So with that said, guys, go and check out her YouTube channel below. She's got a lot of charisma and is a lot more entertaining on her videos than me probably. I'm more like the value-based person, but it's all good. We all have our strength. Thank you, Jade, for being on, and we're out, guys.